Hi Andre, it's Lorena. How are you?
Hi Lorena, fine, thanks. Can you help me with some question about Canada?
Yes, Andre, you can ask me some questions. Go ahead.
Okay, I will start. What currency do they use? What language do they speak in Canada?
In Canada, we use a Canadian dollar. We speak English, Canadian English.
Is basic education free?
For schools, there are only public, which they are free, and the private we have to pay a fee.
Can all people access higher education? Is there a free university education?
Not everyone can have access to university or college because it's really expensive. The only way they have quick access is for student loans.
How is the access to the university?
To have access to universities or college, you need to have a certain subjects to get into the career that you're going for, which those careers are taken in the high school. If you haven't taken those, you have to take those ones in university again to get into the career that you're wanting to go.
What is the economy based in Canada?
The economy in Canada is based on pipelines, which are all the oil fields most around Canada, and the most popular oil fields are in Alberta and some other province. They're also based most of in construction as well, with both are 100% work in winter and any other time of the year.
Is there poverty in Canada?
There is quite big amount of homeless in Canada, which there are more seen in Alberta and Toronto and Quebec. Also, the homeless are not the people who just they have no money at all. It's the people who are on drugs. That's the only homeless we have in Canada.
Is there unemployment in Canada?
The unemployment in Canada is more related in between the oil fields and the pipelines. If those two goes up, the economy goes up, the employment goes up. But those two goes down, the everything goes down. There will be some times that the oil field will go down and the prices go up, but the pipelines still the employment is still good. Is good. So all the works, all the jobs are good, and we have a lot of employment opportunities. Um, it does not affect the season for the employment as that much since um, most of the jobs are most of the jobs who work most of the jobs are working outside and inside. Even constructions they work outside even in the winter time.
Are there government programs to fight poverty?
There there is not any government programs that help um, the homeless. The only way the government helps the homeless is by giving them some money monthly. It's only a support that they give it for themselves to buy some food, to um, an opportunity for them to save money or to do whatever they need to do with some money. It's not a lot, but it's only the minimum money they can give, or at least they can have some food for their own. We also have sheltered homes, so it's houses that provides um, a place for the homeless people to go and stay, so they don't have to stay on the streets. There is only a capacity for every single house for the people to go in there and certain time until they go in there. They can go in there like around 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Um, we do have a lot of houses for that around the cities, so the people are not staying outside the house, outside the streets, and also try not breaking into houses.
What are the taxes in Canada?
The taxes in Canada, there are two different types: provincial and federal. So the provincial, we call it PST, that there are just the different type of taxes that right now we're trying to fight for against the increasement of it. um and the federal taxes are two different types: the good service tax that they call GST, and the other one is harmonized sales, WHST. And it also depends, that one, the federal taxes all only depends on the economy, and the provincial go against our economy. So that one is the one that is more flexible for from the government, which right now we're trying to get in Alberta the carbon tax free tax, so we don't have to be paying for the carbon tax.
How do they choose their rulers?
We select our government by elections the same way that we do it in Colombia. Um, Tomorrow, October 21st, are elections for the new prime minister and the new groups of political parties, um, and hopefully to change the laws for most of it for the carbon tax.
Is there corruption in Canada?
I do believe the corruption is here, and pretty much because we are fighting against our taxes, and because we don't want to be paying taxes that we don't be supposed to be paying for it. So right now we we know that corruption is most of it for the prime minister. Um, his name is Trudeau. That's the main one, and that's the most corruption we see in the news.
How does health work?
The way our health is works is by having a card, provincial card only. Every province has a different card, different system. The way this province Alberta works is our card has a free access for hospitals, clinics, so we don't have to pay for entering or exiting in the hospitals or any clinics, and we cannot be denied to not being seen by a doctor. Um, so the number on the card is give a free access to every single doctor around all the country to have access into our health system online. Um, After every single person, we have our healthcare card number. As a citizen, we have the right to also have that one, even as a Canadian citizen or as a permanent resident or as a refugee or as an immigrant. Anytime, the only person who don't have access to this card is the people they don't have legal papers in here. Even the people who just come as a visit, they will have to pay for the visit to see a doctor or for the hospital, but we don't deny the access or the visits to being seen by a doctor to anyone. The other way our health works is we have to pay for a health care insurance. So our insurance is we have different type insurance around the whole country. So one of them is it will be a Blue Cross or will be different type of names, but those ones are the ones that we have coverage for medications, or we have covered for any expenses for allergy treatments or anything like that. But otherwise, most of the health is covered by just a provincial card, which is free and will be given by the first in between the first week and third week that you arrive in Canada.
How does public transport work?
Our public transport works almost the same way the SIP works in Bogota. So we have a card to load the rides, to pay for the rides. Um, the only difference in here is that if you're a student, you pay less, and if you're just an adult, you will pay in a different price. Also, if you're a senior, so senior will be the adult people, or the old people, so it'll be over 70, 75-year old. You don't have to be paying anything; it will be free. And children under 3-year old, they're free too. So a transportation is only every 30 minutes. Sometimes they're late, sometimes they're early, especially on the winter season. There will be a delay because of the roads and all the snow. The only dates that are different time, there are on the Sundays. It's only until 6 in the afternoon, and on the holidays, as such as Christmas or New Year's or Independence Day, is always until 6 in the afternoon. Otherwise, it will be from 6:15 until 11:15.
How do you see immigration in Canada?
The way I see immigration in Canada is that Canada is such a good country to accept everyone. Everyone, most of us, refugee people from Syria, from Iraq. Um, Canada is really, really strict to let people in. You have so many procedures to go, and you have to have certain money to get in inside the country, even as a tourist. Um, you need to have some reference as a letter from the person that you know people here, or you need to have already a reference from a job that you're gonna be working in here. Um, the only illegal people that I see that are in Canada are the people who come with a temporary visa as a worker, and they will stay here as illegal without papers. That's the only way I see illegal, which you don't see that much, because after a year or two, they will try to get their papers again, and they will become a permanent residents. So will be legal immigrants. We have a lot population of immigrants. Um, it's really aware that you will see, but pretty much everywhere you go, you will see um, a lot of immigrants. Most of the families will be here. They've been here for at least 10, 20 years, and they already have their kids already born in Canada. Um, being an immigrant, you have so much benefits as the government helping you to have the opportunity to learn the English, even as an adult. They will give you free classes in certain places. Also for children, they have the right to go to school, uh, depending on the age, depending the time of year they come here. They will try to get them in school right away as possible. After the 6th year of being an immigrant, you can apply for your Canadian citizen and have your Canadian passport.